3, Lesson 3. We're going to continue our study of real-world positive and negative numbers and zero. And we're going to start by looking at sea level. The picture in your example shows 3 different people participating in activities at 3 different elevations. Look at the picture and discuss with your partner what you see and what you think the word elevation means in this situation. Keeping this picture in mind, we're going to ask and answer several questions. So the information that we're being given in exercise 1 is the diver is 30 feet below sea level. 30 feet below sea level. The sailor is at sea level, and the hiker is 2 miles or 10,560 feet above sea level. We're asked in question 1 to write an integer to represent each situation. So then our diver would be at negative 30 feet. Our sailor would be at 0. That is the place where the dividing line, where it increases going, our numbers become positive going above sea level, and our numbers become negative going below sea level. Our 0 degree is our dividing line. And the hiker is at a positive 10,560 feet. Then we're going to use an appropriate scale to graph each of the following situations on the number line and write an integer to represent both situations. First of all, a hiker being 15 feet above sea level, as an integer that's positive 15. And the diver being 20 feet below sea level is negative 20. And that part I think we're pretty certain about. To graph both of these on a number line, we'll need to develop an appropriate scale in which positive 15 and negative 20 will fit on the same number line. And obviously, from our previous studies, we will have to have 0, and those numbers will be appropriate intervals away from 0, above or below. So looking at our number line, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 equal intervals on our number line. 0 needs to be somewhere in the middle, allowing for us to have 15 going up and 20 going down. So if we locate 0 approximately here, we can then look at the intervals. Clearly, we cannot increase by 1. But since I know that 15 and 20 are both multiples of 5, let's just check and see if we can go by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20. That looks good. And 5, 10, 15, 20. Looks like we have a good interval there. So then let's number the number line first of all. 5. And then once we have our number line labeled with equal intervals, remember they have to be equal, then we can plot each of these numbers on the number line. And as a review, our hiker is at 15 feet above sea level, or positive 15, and our diver is at negative 20, or 20 feet below sea level. Next, in exercise 3, we have 2 related statements for each statement, and we have to determine which related statement is expressed correctly and then correct the other related statement so that both parts are stated correctly. So statement A, a submarine is submerged 800 feet below sea level. Statement 1, the depth of the submarine is negative 800 feet below sea level. Seems like it's saying the same thing twice. Negative 800 and below mean the same thing, so it sounds rather confusing to me. Second statement, 800 feet below sea level can be represented by the integer negative 800. That seems very correct to me. So if we wanted to correct the first statement, the depth of the submarine is, perhaps we need to take out the negative sign, and let's see what that reads now. The depth of the submarine is 800 feet below sea level. Ah, yes, that makes more sense. Statement B, the elevation of a coral reef with respect to the sea level is given as negative 250 feet. A coral reef is below the surface of the water. And so in this statement, it's telling us that it is 250 feet below sea level. Statement 1, the coral reef is 250 feet below sea level. That seems accurate. Statement 2, the depth of the coral reef is negative 250 feet below sea level. Again, just like we had in our first example, negative 250 feet and below sea level say the same thing. So let's take that negative sign out and let's see what it looks like now. The depth of the coral reef is 250 feet below sea level. Much better. Remember, as you complete the problem set, that you need to understand where 0 is, and you need to represent the integer without being confusing by saying it too many times.